Wow.
What's the context?
Beneath the starlight, our love secret dive, like waves we soar
Let's
so
go.
high. Beneath the moonlight, soft touch your hand in mine, gets me every time. Lost in the city lights, our love's electric, right? You make me feel alive. I know July is gone, my hand. No, you leave me a bed, but I hope for the best. Don't know what you want. How can't you see what is right in front? Or is there something else that you need? 'Cause you might just lead me on. Please don't take me too far. It will be what never I'll go if you go, and stay if you want. Your hand leads my hand like it's nothing at all. A heart, give or take, you know you can have it. You're not holding space, not for me, not even a drawer. songs are